Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Hey, John, would you mind, ML has a question about the EUI and EUU and why are they reversed? Would you mind just going through the basic math on that?
Well, I'll tell you what, the man who works for Great Exchange that came up with these products for equities trader is sitting right here with us. Steve, why don't you handle that one for us?
Okay. John, thank you. Hey, remember, every currency pair has a base and a quote currency. So if you look at it, the base and the quote currency are just reversed. So if it's euro dollar or dollar euro, they are going to look the mirror image of each other. And John showed you that, how based on his seasonality, he thinks EUI might be bottoming, but EUU might be topping. Well, that would make sense mathematically. If he has a view on one, he's going to have a view on the other, just with the reverse direction. I mean, it's just simple math, and I hope that makes sense, ML. And I hope I didn't put any words.
And just to ML, just to elaborate on Steve, I just wanted to hear Steve's voice. I haven't talked to Steve in a while. It's good to hear your voice, Steve. I just want to also put you to work, man. I've been babbling for 55 some odd minutes here, man. Listen, folks, it's like the Euro index was first released, and it came out for more like equity traders that and I think you were gearing towards more hedge fund and some speculators when they came out with that index, and so therefore it was priced, in euro versus dollar value. And then people were like, "Hey, I understand the euro," but this inversion confuses me, and so they came out with two. The later is the EUU, which resembles the spot euro currency FX, and I think that it's just more probably friendly for both parties. So if you're European trading U.S., maybe you want to go with the EUI. If you're a U.S. trader trading against the euro currency, you might want to go with the EUU. Like I did demonstrate, it's an inverted mirrored effect. If the EUI, if the spot euro currency goes down, EUI is going up. It's just that simple. So you can trade either way you want. Thanks for asking, and again, thanks for participating. We appreciate it.
Hey, John, Jim has another question. He says, how do you calculate your pivot points on your monthly chart that you showed us? And could you just go through and tell our listeners how they can go and get those pivot points, the person pivot points?
Sure. On my website, Jim, if you go to nationalfutures.com, and at the very top header, there's trading tools. You click on trading tools. The first thing that comes up is CFTC COT report, and under that is like industry links. Underneath that is the pivot points. Click on pivot points, and there's a pivot point calculator right there. You can input the numbers. And what you do is you would take a time period's range, high, low, and then that conclusion of that time period's close. So if you're looking at a month, you would take the month of all of it's September, which September hasn't closed yet, right? So to figure out what October's potential range is, you would take September's high, low, and close once it closes, throw it in a calculator, and it'll give you your prediction of support and resistance targets all laid out in front of you. If you want the formulas, they're actually right there on my website in the article underneath that pivot point calculator. And by the way, you don't have to give us your name or your email or your firstborn child's social security number. Just go right there. If you want to contact us, go be right ahead. Hopefully that answered your question. Thank you again for asking.
John, I think that's about all the time we have. I just want to give you just one moment for any closing comments you might have, John. Thanks again.
Well, you know what? It's been an interesting year. A lot of markets have, believe it or not, adhered to some seasonal tendencies. The equities, for one, We do come into a time period. The one market that's intriguing, folks, gold. Gold is actually right within a time period that we do see corrections in the market as we, again, if you're going to see a correction, you want to see an action, and the action has been strong. It is to the upside. If the euro currency caves, then it could be interesting to see a retracement in gold prices. The question is, are they going to 1320 or are they going to 1350 first, and then what would the pullback be? I think a lot of people may be complacent on the gold market at this point in time, and I want to just refresh everyone's memory. Back in 2008, gold saw over a $255 from peak to trough, $255 correction in just 11 trading days. So gold has a habit of moving very severe and very swift. And it's the folks that get caught in a panic move. Seasonal analysis will alert you, at least heighten your awareness that, things do change. And when, that's how people get caught off guard. They get complacent. So I'm glad that I was invited here. I wanted to just share with you two things. Don't be complacent and prepare. And if you are in a trade, manage your risks. Your profit will take care of itself. Thank you all for letting me participate. And I know that there's more slides to preview here. Looking at the FX Options website, they have some incredible charting tools. Boy, this is pretty neat stuff here.
Thanks, John. We're always working on more and more tools.
And next slide will tell you that, well, there's more, and back to you, Steve.
Yes, and more and more webinars, and we bring in quality guests like John. John is one of our favorites, although we do have a lot of other great guests who deliver quality material. John is one of the few folks that does the seasonality, and we really see the numbers increase when John talks about his seasonality. So we really appreciate you spending some time. John, I know that you were busy over the weekend, but thanks again for preparing for this, and we at the ISE always appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. It was fun. And Steve, it really was fun. And yes, we were in Las Vegas, and we had our own little seminar that we did. It went very, very well. And if anyone was there that's in the audience today, I'm sure you can agree. But in any event, folks, I wish you well and have a safe and wonderful quarter as we now enter in just days away from the fourth quarter 2010. Get your holiday shopping in, man, because this year went by quick.
Thanks again, John. Looking forward to having you back sometime in 2011. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night, John. Just want to remind everyone, next week we have Randy Frederick, and Randy will be talking about currency options, how you can trade them through Charles Schwab, and he's the director there at Charles Schwab. And then the following week, Steve Mizik will be with us talking about U.S. dollar predictions, trading in any market. He's another popular guest here at the ISA. And finally, October 19th, at least as far as the slide goes, we have Rick Swope and Sean Howe, and we'll be talking about trends and channels, choosing the right indicator. So those are the next three that are coming up. Thank you so much for participating in today's ISE webinar, and please come back real soon. As I said, October 5th, Randy Frederick, Oct 12th, Steve Mizik, and Oct 19th, Rick Swope, and go back and listen to all the other archives, www.ise.com/archives. On behalf of the International Securities Exchange, this is Steve Meisinger wishing you a safe and happy trading day tomorrow. Thanks again to John Person for a great presentation. Take care now. Bye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.